voters are dead compared to the 2016 Remain voters. It's legit. It's almost 2 to 1. It's fucking insane. It's insane. Yeah, they did leave. They fucking skedaddled. Both my grandparents voted Brexit, my dad's side, and they're dead. Tragic. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is a Western thing in particular. It can't just be a Western thing. It has to be the case all over the world. I feel like we are uniquely bad with letting old people go. I see this in Hollywood too, right? Like, all the shit that airs, it's all just repeats. I don't know how to put. Fuck! I saw a tweet that like really spoke to me on this or something. It was like maybe it was about the Indiana Jones movies or something like that. It was like the fact that you would make a movie like this, but then you would choose to cast the hero as this old dude. Like, if you go back and you look at protagonists from movies in the 1970s or the 1980s, a lot of those protagonists are young guys, but now they're not. You watch movies made nowadays, and the protagonists are old guys. Like movies, men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, oldies coming back, like, oh, look at him, he's still at it or whatever. But like, no one, you go back and watch the original Star Wars, and like, I don't know, Luke's fucking 22 or something, right? He's like really young. Or Back to the Future, Marty McFly is like a kid. He's a high schooler. How many major Hollywood blockbuster films these days have young people at the head of things? I mean, it would be weird if John Wick was in his 20s. Would it? I don't know. You could easily have like a pulpy, high octane, crazy shooter story with. I mean, you couldn't. It wouldn't be the exact same character. I just mean, like, I don't know. Everyone's old now. Fuck, even like Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, the main characters were both young, right? Terminator 1, Sarah Connor and Kyle, they were both like pretty young. They were in their like mid 20s. And then Terminator 2, the main character's John Connor, and he's like 14 or something. He was 10? Oh, I thought he was older than that. Whatever. I mean, he was a kid, you know? Um, Titanic, the main characters were young. I'm just trying to think like live action main characters of the past decade, like major is do you guys understand what I'm talking about? We used to have Indiana Jones films back when Harrison Ford was like 30. Now we have Indiana Jones films where he's like 80. They tried to make Shia LaBeouf the guy. It didn't work, so they were just like, fuck it, we'll just keep him. They redo Top Gun, they just have the same old people in it. Star Trek Picard? Yeah. Harrison Ford was 38 when Raiders came out. 38? Fuck, dude. He's so hot. That's crazy. He was 38 there? Oh my god, he's so fucking hot. That's insane. It's insane how hot he is. That's crazy. I know it's not like a novel opinion or whatever. I'm not the first guy to identify that. It's just crazy how hot he is. Yeah. Is your problem with old protagonists or that all the actors are the same old ones? It's just like, I feel like there's so little room for young people to come in and make their own stuff anymore. Or stuff that's aspirational. Everything is just a retread of stuff that's happened before. We defer so much cultural weight to old people. Like, it feels okay. That insufferable. This is like a trope. The kind of dad who's like, I just got a daughter. I'm going to make her unrelatable to her own generation by raising her on the stuff that I had as a kid. Insufferable behavior, by the way. Like, oh, everything was better back in the 80s, so I'm just going to show my kid like 80s stuff, and we're going to watch 80s movies and 80s TV so that when she goes to school, she can't talk about any pop culture with the kids her age because like I'm nostalgic and I'm going to force that onto her. It feels like that, but all of culture rather than just the one dad. Does that make sense? It's like all of culture is like, the mainstream, like everything coming out of Hollywood, it's going to be like a remake or a reboot or like a retread in some form. And there are going to be so many old like action heroes for some reason. We're obsessed with action heroes where the main guy is too old to be doing it. Like, why aren't more action heroes 20? That's when real life people would be doing action stuff. I think like 20 or 30 or something, not like 50 or 60. But then you see, what was that movie with Saul Goodman, Nobody? Like, oh, he's an action guy, but he's like just a nobody. But he's like 55, 60, you know? I don't know. Dog, don't your knees hurt? Liam Neeson? Yeah, Liam Neeson's ancient, man. I don't know. No Country for Old Men is a shit movie. I hate how it's worshipped. Okay, nuts. Come on. Don't stand on my side of the room. Take your takes and take them over to the other corner so people don't associate your takes with my takes, okay? Don't forget about Mission Impossible. Yeah, Mission Impossible. They're like here, the same actors for 30 years. Look, I'm just doing a diatribe. Do, even with the video game series, you know, it's like, oh, what video games are up? Pokemon? Wow, that's great, man. I remember when my first Pokemon game came out. I was there for the first one when I was like 2 or something. I don't know. I don't know. Too much of this. Too much of this. Is this related to younger generations being less hopeful and more doomer? I do feel like a lot of young people feel like they're living in the cultural equivalent of middle-aged Europeans. Sorry, Middle Ages, not middle age. Europeans living in the ruins of like Roman architecture, not building anything near that pretty. I know that's kind of like a simplification of history, you know, but like guys in the 1200s who are like, yep, those sure are some big marble columns. I've got to go back to milking my cows. Back to work, you know? I feel like a lot of young people grow up and a lot of young people are like, let me take a look at politics. And the big political wave right now is no property taxes or some shit or whatever. Also, all of society is controlled by Epstein pedophiles. And they're like, okay, let me look at culture. And all the movies are like, hey, did you know this oldie who's been in 7 action movies is ready for his 8th? And then you look at TV shows and it's all like prestige drama about 60-year-olds having emotions at a camera, you know? Not to hate on Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul or Pluribus or whatever. Pluribus, a little bit less so, but, you know, to an extent. It's like, here's some, like, old people doing action drama. It's like, okay, let me look at video games. What's the big video games? What's going on this year? Oh, did you know we've got Pokemon and Final Fantasy? And it's like, okay, I get it, man. What about when things were new? Is anything new? Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be a bit tiring, that's all. Yeah, Metal Gear 3 remake coming out. Remake this, remake that. Yeah, GTA 6. Wow. The original Grand Theft Auto was ancient, man. Almost as old as me. Nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun refers to, like, the fact that ideas get reused. In this case, it's literally the same actors and the same stories and characters and so on and so on. Like, it's not just, oh, you know, the ideas. It's remakes. It's literal remakes of the old stuff. I just think there's too much of this stuff happening right now. There's too much of it. Nothing ends. Nothing ever ends. And, you know, to a large extent, this is because of capital and the financialization of capital, you know? When so much culture is produced by publicly listed companies, shareholders heavily incentivize guaranteed returns because they want future investments to inflate the value of the shares they already have. So they push for constant remakes and reboots and you know, sequelization, and they're not as willing to take risks. The financialization of the cultural juggernauts has largely been to the detriment of innovation. So once again, financialization. Capitalism strikes again. Not just capitalism. Modern post-financial capitalism. Okay? Original capitalism, you'd have cutthroat directors trying to like out compete each other or whatever. But nowadays, everything's owned by the same 3 companies, and all they care about is keeping their stock price steadily going up. So they're just going to keep relying on putting out the hits. It actually doesn't even matter that much how well the movies do. What matters is people's perceptions of how the movies are doing, right? Because that's what drives the investment, and that's where the money's coming in. I know you're not huge into music, but it's bad there too. Everything's just a pastiche of the 80s again. Yeah, I can't really comment on music. I wouldn't want to. Yeah. What about streaming culture and the internet? Everything's offered to you by algorithms and platforms. Not quite the same, because it's like the people producing stuff on YouTube wouldn't be the same as YouTube like bankrolling movies. But yeah, to an extent, yeah. people, if people are offered like repetitive slop, they'll take it. You know, we're pattern seeking machines, we go after that sort of stuff. It's sort of the point of being an artist is not to give people what they want. That's a hideously reactionary sentiment. Give people what they want. People want the poop from a butt. Okay, people, if you ask a child what they want candy. They'll keep asking for candy even when they're sick. People are stupid. It's the job of an artist to tell people what they need. And you can judge whether they're right or wrong. You know? Can you imagine? Like, I didn't play fucking Disco Elysium. Like, well, what do I want? Well, I'm really in the mood for like a detective cop thriller, psychological drama, horror. Blah, blah, blah. You know it's good. You sit down and you experience something made by people who put their heart into it, and that's what art is supposed to be about. But nowadays, everything is fucking tropes. It's why I'm so against the like book talk attitude of, well, in order to know that you'll like the book you're about to read, make sure to seek out the tropes that it has beforehand, because then at that point you're not even having an artistic communicative experience. You're literally like just searching out what you already know you want. I'm against poop from a butt, you know, I guess, unless you're sitting on a toilet. I don't know. Is that different from genres? Um yes, it is. I'm referring to a specific thing here, not just like, oh, I thought I would like this book, but there's like a subculture of people who are like, I am going to read this book because it was made by an author that specifically publishes like enemies to lovers, slow burn until third act, here's like a basically a spark notes of what the book is. Now I'm going to read the book because I know it'll be that. That's different from just like broadly approaching genre. Though I will say, you know, if you're really open to novel artistic experiences, you shouldn't really be pre-selecting for genre that much, right? Like, I know which types of games I like, but if I hear a puzzle, I don't like puzzle games. If I hear a puzzle game is good, you know, I'm willing to be, I guess, sort of pitched an argument, I guess. Anyway, Vosh, this is easy for you to say because you have more disposable income. What the fuck are you talking? Is that bait? My low income means that I can only consume AO3 fanfic tier pre-tropified. That has to be. That's bait. That's bait in my VGG. You can get books at a library. I said easier. I'm saying I'm not going to buy any old game blind. I'm not saying you should buy games, but what are you talking? You heard something different from what I said. I didn't say buy games blind. I literally said if I hear it's good. You know, what do you? It's not blind. He said books. Well, I mean, for any artistic experience, you know. Do you think this issue will broadly be solved when the old generation dies out? No, it's a systematic issue, okay? It's hard out here, nuts. It is. Not bait. I think you're too rich to have this opinion. Yeah. I maintain, like, I've said this before, and I still maintain it. If you want to become a more complete person, you have to go for the classics, classic literature. There's basically no reason for you to be fussing about what you're going to read today if you haven't read the classics, okay? Not all of them, but some of them. If you don't read Charles Dickens, you can't vote. I think that's fair. Yeah, go read Treasure Island, you piece of shit. It's like games, you know? People are like, what game should I play? You haven't even played Doom. You haven't played fucking Banjo-Kazooie. What do you mean? Oh, I don't know. They don't make any collectathon platformers. They did. They used to. Yeesh. When was the last time you finished a book? Oh, me? Like a million years ago. But that's because I'm like an incomplete person. Can you imagine how fucking goated I'd be if I actually read House of Leaves? It'd be crazy. I'm judging me, too. I'm not suggesting I'm above the designation in any sense. Though I will say I do engage with games fairly as an artistic medium, you know. Easier, it's easier, right, obviously, so a little bit less. Reading really is like the ultimate medium for growth. The process of translating images on a paper, text, into thoughts and engaging with that, it's always going to demand more of you. There's no comparison. It is special, and we are all illiterate, and we should try harder. You know, we, that includes, I'm saying me as well. That's why I say we. I'm not saying you, right? You can't say, oh, you're a hypocrite if I'm saying we. That's why chat should play Morrowind and read all the dialogue. That's probably true. I haven't played Morrowind. Once Vosh gets a reading chair, it's over for you guys. I do think that if I get, it's so difficult for me to read because I don't have a place to read. My couch isn't comfortable, and also a couch is for TV. I need a reading chair. The only chair I have is this one. But this is a computer chair. You can't read in a computer chair, and I don't like to read in bed. I don't like sitting up at bed. My bed doesn't have a back. So I would just have my back against the wall. It's not my I want a good reading chair, you know? Read outside, read standing up. Poor confirmed. What do you want me to do? You want me to buy like an Ames, like the Ames lounge chair? Because I do. I'd do it. Would you guys cancel me if I bought an Ames? What are they, like $8,000? It's a lot of money. It's a lot. They're so pretty, man. Sorry, I'm looking at the... That looks so good. It's a classic for a reason. Ames dupes are like 800. Yeah, but that's not as good. Wait, you would never get a chair that looks like this with real leather for $800. This is not $800 worth of leather. I'll tell you that for free. You can probably find it on eBay for less, like 4,000. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I need to go to Design Within Reach. Just fucking get it. I don't have room in my apartment, man. I don't have room in my apartment. Get the lounge shaker. I do want one. I do want one. My partner insists these chairs will go out of style and they aren't worth it. What? This? They've been in style for like 55 years. I mean, maybe at some point. Not the kind of shit you put in a rental. That's true. That is a little bit... Okay, my couch is from IKEA, and it's not the most comfy. Having, like, the IKEA couch and like, the just everything around it, and then the Ames, that would be pretty crazy, you know? It would look a little bit incongruent, in my opinion, personally. That would be a little bit silly. I mean, if you people keep... If you want me to get the... You can keep pitching it at me, and I'm going to consider your proposal. I really want, like, some stackable stools. I find stools very comfortable to sit in. Fuck, now I'm thinking too much about my back. Now my lower back hurts. Hold on. Old man Bosch. Listen, okay? At least my deadlifting injury put me in a position where I had to take my back seriously. For a lot of you people, you're just going to develop lower back pain and then never know how to do anything about it.
It was a war that Russia...
Let's go and move on to more potential constitutional violations with the voting rights, with the Trump attack on voting rights and, you know, whatever they're trying to do to mess with the midterms. We got some new comments from Kristi Noem talking about how they need to make sure they're getting the right voters to the polls to vote for the right people. Let's listen to that.
And elections is another one of those critical infrastructure responsibilities that I have as well. And I would say that many people believe that it may be one of the most important things that we need to make sure we trust is reliable, and that when it gets to election day that we've been proactive to make sure that we have the right people voting, electing the right leaders to lead this country through the days that we have, knowing that people can trust it.
So the right people to, you know, to vote for the right candidates, and this is comes amid a push from Trump in a variety of directions. Obviously, they seized the Fulton County ballots as part of some Stop the Steal conspiracy. Tulsi Gabbard was there for some reason. They've been suing states to try to force them to hand over their voter rolls. They're trying to pass this, what's it called, the SAVE Act, is that what it is? And that would require very stringent, not just like a regular driver's license, you'd have to have a real ID or passport. They've also closed down a bunch of passport offices to make it harder to get a passport if you need that. In any case, let's go ahead and put Trump's truth up on the screen here. He says the Democrats refuse to vote for voter ID or citizenship. The reason's very simple. They want to continue to cheat in elections. This was not what our founders desired. I've searched the depths of legal arguments. Oh, I'm sure he has. Not yet articulated or vetted on the subject. You can just imagine him in the law library, Emily, late at night, researching
The depths.
of legal arguments and will be presenting an irrefutable one in the very near future. There will be voter ID for the midterm elections, whether approved by Congress or not. Also, the people of our country are insisting on citizenship and no mail-in ballots, with exceptions for military, disability, illness, or travel. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So not only pushing the SAVE Act pieces, but also saying I'm going to unilaterally get rid of the mail-in ballots, which of course has been a nemesis of him since 2020, et cetera. And, you know, I don't know what case he's going to make here to put forward. It's pretty clear cut that the states are responsible for running the elections. They're allowed to have whatever rules, including rules around mail-in ballots, that they pass through their legislature or whatever their process is. So we'll see here, but this clearly comes as he is engaged in, I think, throwing whatever he can against the wall to try to mess with the midterm elections as his approval rating continues to plummet, and he recognizes he's in trouble in terms of, you know, how the population feels about him, how they feel about the Republican Party, and how the midterms are likely to go.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the way Trump talks about elections, and part of that is because of what we were discussing even with ICE, which is that I tend to think there are some real concerns. I mean, so non-citizens can vote in Washington, D.C.